Hello everyone, welcome to Hiran's Wow. In this video, we are going to see how to enjoy living alone. The beauty of living alone is a gateway to self-discovery. It is a feeling of almost starting off with a clean slate. Even if you are living alone, the world offers its company by spreading its arms wide open. Often when we see people living alone, for some of us the first instinct might be, oh, why are they living alone? And it could be a form of sympathy. But you might actually be surprised to see how joyful and shackle-free one's lives might be if they choose to live alone. What is the difference between living alone and being lonely? I wanted to start off addressing this question first, at least expressing how I look at it. What a pleasant surprise to finally discover how unlonely being alone can be, says Ellen Baston. For me, living alone is taking responsibility for one's actions, being independent, and living responsibly. Whereas being lonely might mean we could be surrounded with a lot of people that we know, but actually are not comfortable, or you don't want to interact with them at that point in time. So being alone comes with a choice of whether or not we want to have a social interaction, or we would like to stay connected with ourselves and spend quality time by doing things that we love. Being alone can clearly be a state of mind, whether we are surrounded with people or living all by ourselves. Whereas if we are actually choosing to live alone and appreciate what best we can make out of it, I think it rather converts into an opportunity and helps us identify ourselves more and connect with the relationships that really matter to us. And now talking about the steps of how to build ourselves to live alone. Living alone needs some preparation for both our state of mind and also some skill sets which are required for a smooth transition. The first step could be moving in with friends or in a shared accommodation like a hostel, where you have shared spaces and also spaces which are quite limited and private. That way we know how are we feeling when we are living alone, and are we able to really enjoy our own company or not. If you're feeling overwhelming, that's all right. It means it needs a little bit more of self-discovery. See and identify tasks that you really enjoy doing in your free time and the skills that you enjoy building on. That would help you realize how much time we actually need for ourselves to learn or build on things. And then eventually when it's time, you will know whether you want to be alone or that you want to move in with someone else. Now I'm going to share about how do I enjoy my time living alone. The first thing is my time capital. What do I mean by that? I invest my time in constantly upskilling and also investing in relationships that matter to me, which have mutual respect. Thanks to the technology, even my grandmother, who's in India, is well accustomed with FaceTime. Despite the distance, I can still stay connected with her. Of course, it is best to have in-person interactions, but that doesn't mean that we stop our life goals and stand still in a place. Despite that, we can find ways to stay connected to our loved ones no matter where we are in this world. So overall, I consider time capital to be a very important resource. And as Muhammad Ali says, don't count the days, but make the days count. And the next thing is pursuing hobbies. I take my hobbies quite seriously, whether it comes to handicrafts or cooking. Doing handicrafts is very relaxing for me. I enjoy making things colorful and beautiful. I like decorating candle holders, making coasters, and more. Sometimes I just enjoy coloring. It could be mandalas with intricate details, or it could be a children's coloring book. I enjoy doing both based on my mood. Do you know what your hobbies are? Are you giving them the needed time to keep them alive and allowing them to breathe? And the next thing is upskilling. Constantly upskilling needs time and effort. By living alone, time is at one's control and disposal. Identifying and working on skills that are transferable and benefit in our development are crucial. It helps us gain more confidence and navigate through the day-to-day at more ease. No matter in which profession we are, with evolving needs, it needs constant upskilling. Only then can we be on top of our job and have a more progressive and promising career. Self-love and self-care. Until I came abroad, this hasn't been on top of my checklist. Taking time to exclusively do what I enjoy and help my body and mind relax has become a very crucial ritual in my daily life. It could be taking a nice warm bath with well-lit candles and light music, or watching a Disney movie. I could be cooking for hours together, trying out new recipes, walking in the woods, or just reading by the lake. Whatever that is, but I ensure I'm doing activities that help me relax and connect with myself and take care of my own health. It is not selfish to love yourself, to take care of yourself and make your happiness the priority. It is necessary, says Mandy Hale. Energy. This is something that cannot be explained in words but can only be felt. If you are living with another person, no matter whether it is positive or negative energy that comes from them, we tend to connect at least a part of it. And if we are fortunate, we might come across amazing people in this journey of living by ourselves or living alone. I came across a wonderful friend, Rashi, whom I met in this journey of living alone. She was my first flatmate and we had great fun together, and we still stay connected till date. She has a completely different personality from mine, and we learned a lot from each other and developed a great bond, which continues even today after I moved to a different country. I think these little things really guide us in understanding what kind of company we would like to have around us. It is not just about being surrounded by a bunch of people, but it is about having the right set of support system and the right crowd around. The energy in living alone is more channelized, and I think it's more self-control because we manage that space or that environment. So if we manage to keep our place neat and tidy and treat ourselves as a special guest in our home and be a great host, I think it's going to be a wonderful experience. And then improving productivity. We can stick to our ideal work and cleaning routines, and we can dictate our own timings and our own house rules, as we have to be on top of almost everything that is safety, security, being well planned and organized, and also taking care of our mental and physical health. It literally is like we are self-parenting ourselves. Living alone doesn't just build confidence, but also prepares us for the next phases of our lives. So even without our knowledge, we tend to develop a lot of transferable and life skills. Eating healthy. Having to eat healthy and stay fit goes without saying. If we constantly have to depend on someone for all the basics, we are technically not living alone. Instead, taking charge of our well-being and making sure that we do not worry our loved ones is very essential. Virtual and social support. If we are living alone, it doesn't mean that we don't have a social life. Instead, having a strong and reliable social structure is very essential. In my case, I'm fortunate to have my family spread across in different time zones. I have people available round the clock if I need to talk to someone or if I need any form of support. It might not be the case for everyone, but identifying and building your own strong and reliable support structure is very important. In all the years that I have spent time with myself, the last 2 years of living alone actually helped me get much closer to myself. It helped me identify what is important for me to be happy and joyful. If I can share a small piece of advice, I think it's important that everybody goes through this phase at a much younger age, at least once in their lifetime, to get to know themselves better. While being alone is beautiful, it doesn't mean that we continue to live this way for our entire life, because being with our loved ones is even more beautiful. I think this journey should only help us develop and build our personalities and then coexist with someone that we really appreciate living with. Thank you for watching this video. Please do subscribe for more content. See you in the next one.